Hello botanists, I'm here to talk to you about leaf venation. That's venation with a V. And venation is referring to sort of the pattern that the main veins are making. Now, plants do have veins just like you and I, except for, unlike us, they have these tissues called phloem and xylem, which are moving water and nutrients all around from the leaf to the other parts of the plant. We'll talk much more about phloem and xylem in future labs. So right now, we just are going to be talking about the pattern that these major veins are making from the leaf. This is used in plant identification, which we're not going to teach you the names of any plants that you'll be required to know right now. So this happens to be a fig leaf from my yard. I collected it from that tree kind of right back there. And it's a really good example of what we call palmate venation, because here we have the petiole of the leaf. Where the blade starts, the main veins split into apparently 5 main veins. And so we call this type of pattern palmate venation, like palm of your hand. Another type of venation that I found in my yard is called pinnate venation. And this is when you've got one sort of long main vein and then smaller sort of secondary veins coming off of that main mid vein, sort of to the side laterally. This type of venation is called pinnate venation. And I found a couple of other examples, maybe a little smaller. Maybe I can show you this one. Again, we've got that main vein, smaller veins coming off of that main vein. So this one has one main vein. Here's another one, sort of a weedy thing I just found on the grass right in my yard. One main vein, and then sort of hard to see here, but it's got smaller secondary veins. Turns out pinnate venation is really common in nature. Okay, so we've talked about palmate venation, pinnate venation. The third type of venation, the third and final type of venation that we're going to talk about is parallel venation. And plants with parallel venation tend to sort of have this more linear shape, not always, but they tend to have more of a linear shape. And the venation, the pattern that the veins are making, as you can sort of maybe see in this video, is that the veins are running parallel to each other. They never connect. They're not netted in any way. In fact, they sort of start at the bottom independently, and then they sort of end independently as well, never ever connecting with one another. This is called parallel venation. Sort of makes sense if you think about parallel lines. Like my chair. Lots of sort of common grasses that you'll see around your yard have parallel venation, and they also do tend to have that linear shape. This plant that's just growing right next to me right here in my yard also actually has parallel venation. Maybe you have this in your yard too. If you're in Arcata, the leaves are linear, the veins never touch one another. They're running sort of in lines next to each other. So next I'll show you a few other examples of leaf venation. Palmate venation. Pinnate venation. Parallel venation. Palmate venation. Guess the leaf venation pattern. Parallel. Palmate. Pinnate. Parallel again. Yep. Palmate. Pinnate. All right, see you at the next video.